the way, like I said, but I have many of the, not when I was like 15, but then years past, from 21, 22, you're talking to somebody, and then years later I go, oh, fuck, I'm an idiot. That was, all of the goddamn things were there, and I'm the psycho.
When I realized my skills was this, I was at Skaters World. We're all skating in circles. Actually, they used to put up little skate park stuff in there in Wayne, New Jersey. Maybe you've heard of it. This girl's sitting on the bench. And I just roll up to her and I go, what are you watching, your boyfriend? And she goes, I don't have a boyfriend. And then I comedically fell on the ground. Like I fell off my rollerblades. I'm not joking. She got up, she held my hand. She was my girlfriend right after that.
That's hilarious.
But that was like when I realized, oh, your powers are in Goofy. You just walk over and you just be ridiculous. Mm-hmm. That's my play. That's when I do well. I never do well with the like serious. Like that was completely joking to be like, you here watching your boyfriend? And she went, I don't have a boyfriend. Like played right along. Yeah. And then I immediately fell. And I was like, oh, this is how I got to do it.
That's great.
You ever get smashed in the face? I want to hear a biggest gain. You ever pick someone up in a good way or the biggest strikeout?
Pick someone up in a good way.
I got to meet the old Lizinator.
I met her at shows, but it wasn't like a she messaged me, we talked back and forth, blah, blah, and then we ended up meeting up. It wasn't any kind of like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Biggest flop, I guess.
Oh my God, can I tell you one?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. No, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, no.
I want. Are you now going in your head, being like, "Can I even tell this story?"
Yes.
Is that yeah? I see your eyes.
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh fuck," and you go, "Ah."
I don't know.
So I'll tell you what. This isn't like a crazy. Two real quick. They're not even that bad. They're not even anything. I've never really like. When I moved to Toronto, starting college, whatever, I was walking down the hall. I used to talk to everybody. I used to beak. And I saw this. I was like, oh, I like your shoes. This woman, she's like, oh, thanks. And we were talking on the way down the hall. And I was talking to her and I was like, whatever. She was going to buy some books. I was like, all right, whatever. I'll see you later. And I go back up. I go to the elevator and I was like, fuck, I should ask this woman out. And I was like, we just had a whole, what am I doing?
Right.
So anyways, I'd already gone upstairs, but I went back down and she was coming out of the bookstore as I was right there. And I go, how's the book buying going?
That's good.
And she was like, but she didn't laugh. She goes, oh, fuck her. Fine. And then I go, you want to go out sometime? She's like, I have a boyfriend. I go, all right, cool. It's just not a big deal. But anyways, I remember one time.
If you break up, you ever do that move? Well, if you break up, give me a call. I'll call you in 9 years.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
My God, I'm so embarrassed.
I'll call you when I'm married and I'm bored and we have a kid and that's throwing up at me and we're going to do it. Yeah. But one time, whatever, my friend was at the, I used to tell people like nothing's impossible. And then I really got into a place where I'm like, I think everything's impossible, Right. But my friend, we were at a bar one time and he goes, oh, that woman's so hot. He's like, but she would never talk to me. I go, why? Why wouldn't she talk to you? What the fuck are you talking about? He goes, never. I go, buddy, I'm good. And I walk over to her. I go, hey. She goes, no. I go, my friend, no. My friend just like, no. And she just kept saying no.
Oh, God.
And I go, no. Man, I guess it's impossible. I couldn't even get through to this lady for a second. No,
that's on her.
No, like just right away,
Yeah, that's hilarious.
She won that gender war.
I was when the first girl I ever kissed was we sat on her bed, watched TV, and then she goes, "Hey, want to see the Squiggly channels?" Which was like the scrambled porno channel.
Yeah,
right. We were young. This is 8th grade, so she put it on. We watched, and I'm not kidding. 2 hours, this girl sitting here waiting for me to kiss her.
Sure.
Like clearly setting this up. And I literally must have moved an inch every millionth of a second. Oh, this is the biggest ball drop in history. I think I may have told you the story. I may have told it on the podcast before. I was in love with this girl. First,
should have kissed him back.
Yeah. Anyway. 1st through 6th grade, I asked this girl every year to be my girlfriend. She said no every year. 7th, 8th grade, still nothing. 9th grade, we become friends because I'm just in love with her, so I just want to be around her, right? She's dating some guy. Guy breaks up with her. She calls me crying because I'm the best friend. And she goes, good guys just don't like me. Blah, 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 blah. I could never meet anyone good. And I go, what are you talking about? I know a million guys who would love to be with you. Name one. And I go, I can't name him. He's one of our friends. But this is what he said about you. He said he'd rather be your friend than risk it by ruining it with I told
He'd
her
rather be your boyfriend than risk the
he'd rather be your friend than ruin it by by dating once and whatever. And I tell her how I just pour my heart out. I think about it every day, all this blah blah blah. And she goes, "Who is it? That's very sweet. You need to tell me who told you this." And I went, "I can't. I promise. Don't ask me to tell you. I promise I would never say anything."
Yep.
And she goes, "You need to fucking tell me." And I'm like, "No." She's like, "All right." We hang up. She calls me right back. She goes, "Just so you know, Greg, nothing can ever happen unless you tell me it's you.
Yep.
So you need to tell me if it's you." And I went, "It's my friend Tom." And I told my friend Tom. And then I went, "Tom, she thinks you like her now." And then I think he was like, "I would date her." And I'm like, "No, that's not what this is about."
Greatest day of that guy's life. It's so funny.
Yeah, did that.
Buddy,
right to her face, drop that ball.
I was very young. I was in grade 5, but there was this girl I had a super crush on.
Yeah.
And anyways, one day I told my friend at the time that I really liked her. Again, I'm fucking 10 or 11, but
right, of course.
I told my friend I really, really liked her, and he went and told her friend, who then told her.
Right.
So she came up to me and she was like, "Do you like me?" And I was like, No, I don't like you. And I yelled at my friend. I go, "Why the fuck would you do that?" And he was like, "Because you guys like each other." But I was like, "She doesn't like me. She would never like me." Anyways, the next
Meanwhile,
year,
you're breaking this girl's heart.
The next year, she changed schools, and her friend goes, "She fucking liked you, you idiot."
Right.
So check what I did years later, like a loser.
Tell me, I love it. I can't wait.
Her name was very interesting. Okay. So I go through the phone book. There's only 4 of her last name in the book.
That's only 4 phone calls.
Called them all.
Of course.
Called them. And I go, "Is she home?" No. No. Last one. "Is she home?" "Not right now, but can I take a message?"
Hell yeah.
Hung up. Hung up.
A quiet hang up too. Like just slow, just going.
Because I was just like, what would I even say? I was like, hello. I was like, I love this woman. What do I even So when she got home, her dad was like, "Somebody called and asked for you. Who was it?" They hung up. "Oh, cool.
George."
Now who knows where that woman is? Who knows what happened?
Jesus.
But I loved her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. Last one. Well, not last one.
Well, let me go.
Oh, go ahead, please.
Well, no, I think I forgot it. So you go.
Real quick. This one's just straight to the point.
Right,
I didn't realize it until years later. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Me and this girl used to hang out all the time. Super cool, whatever. Thought she was great, but I was always like, oh, she dates like this certain type of guy, not whatever. But anyway, we're sitting there talking one time, and she's like, "Man," she goes, "my boyfriend really likes to eat my ass."
Nice.
She's like, and already I'm like, okay. She's like, "Yeah, she goes, and then she goes, she goes, "Would you do that?" And I'm like, "No."
Of course.
But in my head, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. That's all we got. That's all we got to do. Yeah. That's all I want to do. But I go, no, that's weird. And then years later you go, what do you do? Why would
God damn it, it hits you.
Nobody brings that up.
Right.
For fucking, you know what I mean?
Right.
Nobody does that just for, and if you do,
Shits
you're psychotic.
Right.
Like you're nuts.
Right.
Would you hang me upside down from trapeze and cover yourself in oil and penetrate me to the point that we both come? Would you ever do that?
No.
What?
I don't think so. It's not for me.
Disgusting.
Not for me. Niles. How could we bring this up?
For God's sake, Niles.
Yeah.
How could you even bring this
My
up?
God. Dude,